Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I asked y'all for situations and dilemmas on my Instagram, and basically anything that you want to know what I would do in that situation. And I got a few responses, and so I'm going to tell y'all what I would do in the situations that people gave me. I don't want to call this advice. Please don't take advice from me. I mean, do, but also don't, because I'm a mess myself, you know? Yeah. Okay. First one. Deciding if I should promote my OnlyFans on my personal social media to get more subscribers. Okay. If I had an OnlyFans, I don't think I would promote it on my personal page. But that's just because I am not progressed enough to not care about what other people think. Like, as much as I try to, I still really care about what other people think. So like, certain friends knowing would be fun, but other people, I just don't want to hear them have an opinion on my life, you know? And I feel like once I advertise that on my personal page, people are gonna feel like they can have that opinion on my life. People I care about. And yet some people I care about are also not as progressed to understanding that women can, you know, be a sexual being and still be respected. Yeah. No shade, no tea, you know. Actually, all shade, all tea. It's time for y'all to get with the program and start respecting women. Whether she's a sex worker or not. Whether she's related to you or not. Yeah. I don't think I answered the dilemma. Let me go back to the dilemma. I got sidetracked. Should you promote it? Again, if you can deal with ignorant people telling you things, go too strong. But I'm not there yet. No. One of my family members go ask me something and I'll combust. And it wouldn't work for me. But I absolutely support if that's what you decide to do. Next one. How to set aside time for myself. You just have to do it, you know. Honestly, you have to just decide that, alright, enough is enough. I just want to relax. I just want to be with me, you know? Like, that's literally how I do it. I will be going, and then I'll be like, what are you doing? You're going to kill yourself, burn yourself out. And I'll get into bed. I'll check my phone in a corner, turn it on silent, do not disturb. And I will spend all day just vibing, you know? And that's how you have to be. You just gotta be unapologetic if you're being for real. Because people are not gonna understand that you need time for you. Like, they might say they understand, but only you actually know what you need. And if you say you need time for you, then go just have to rest easy. Rest easy. I know that's kind of hard though, because like, people really don't be respecting boundaries and things. But you have to make them. You have to just do it enough times until they realize that you're not going to budge. If you get what I mean. Yeah. So just do it. Like. Okay, next one. I saw my friend's boyfriend out with a girl the other day. Ooh. Can y'all see me squinting? I need to get my glasses. They seemed more than friendly. It might have been nothing. And I don't want to cause trouble. Should I tell her? Yeah, for sure. I would definitely tell her. But I would just be like, if you think it was genuinely nothing, then I would have just been like, hey girl, I saw what's his face out. You know? What was he doing? And then, if things just start not adding up, you say, alright, I saw him out with some little homegirl. Who's that, his friend? And that's it. I feel like after that point, you've done your duty as a friend. You can't control how she reacts to what you said. If she decides to shoot the messenger, then that's the L you had to take. So sorry, but I'm a very protective friend. So if I feel like something is off, then I'm going to tell you. That has gotten me into a lot of trouble, but I would do it. I feel like if the friendship is strong enough, you saying that to her, and if it was actually nothing, wouldn't do anything. Now, if it was actually something, she might be a little vexed because, you know, people don't like to be embarrassed. And that's essentially what you're not embarrassing her, but you're pointing out the embarrassment, you know? People don't like that. They don't like to be embarrassed. I don't like to be embarrassed. So, why am I saying that word like that? Whatever. So, yeah. Definitely tell them. Don't definitely. You do what you want. I would definitely tell them. I am 18 and I'm dating a 25-year-old. He says he doesn't mind the gap, but I feel like he doesn't take me seriously enough or see it long term. What should I do? 25 is how many years? 7? Okay. When did this relationship start? Was it like when you were late 18? Before you were 18? Because I mean, even though you're still considered legal, it's still about weird. It's odd. Because I feel like y'all are at 2 different places in life. And the mere fact that you feel like he doesn't take you seriously, again, points out the fact that y'all are at 2 different places in life. And why would he want someone that young? Like, I don't know when age gaps become regular. Maybe when like you're past 30 and it's like, I don't know, 7-year age gap. But when you're that young, something's suspect about him. And I'll stand by that. You're not mature enough. Stop believing that. You're not different from all the other girls. Stop believing that. Yeah, no. It's odd. Break up with that man. For sure. Next one. This is very funny. When people ask me questions about school, guys, have y'all not seen me complain about school all the time? I don't have a handle on school. I should not be giving advice on school. Again, it's not advice, just me talking. Right. Okay. So, next one. I have to write a dissertation next year. 12,000 words on any topic, and I don't care for anything I'm studying. I'm supposed to decide the topic by the end of April, and I just don't know what to do. 12,000 words is a lot, you know. I don't think I have anything I could possibly say 12,000 words on. And I talk a lot. And there is just nothing that comes to mind. If it doesn't have to be like what you're studying related, I would do something that I just want to know more about. So like, there are a lot of topics that I have general ideas about, and I'd love to know a lot more about them. And I would honestly just do that. I'd probably do something like, I'd probably delve into like human rights, honestly. Because human rights and laws. Because I was talking to my friend the other day and I was like, no one teaches anyone laws. Like, there was no point in my life when my parents or anyone sat me down and said, this is a law, this is a law, this is a law, you know? And like, obviously they're the big ones like murdering, stealing, fires, whatnot. But like, there are just so many small things that I just don't know about. And then so many things I feel like infringe on human rights. And what are human rights in other countries? You know? Yeah, I do that. That seems interesting right now. Hope that helped. Anyway, next one. Your friend's ex likes you and you like them, but you don't know if to act on it. I'm gonna get cussed for this. But I am a firm believer in no one owns anyone, right? So if you're my ex, I don't really have any say of what you choose to do next, right? And if you're my friend, again, I don't really have any say in what you choose to do because you are two consenting adults, right? And you know, this whole thing with loyalty and whatever, right? Okay, here's the situation in which I think anybody is faking. So if we're friends if we're friends and I'm interested in your ex, here is how you and your ex would have had to have broken up. You and your ex would have had to have mutually parted ways on good terms. And I'm talking about y'all sat down and decided, hey, we gave this relationship thing a try and it's not working out. We keep trying and it's not working out. We are just not compatible. No bad blood, nobody did wrong, nobody. Just decided that we weren't for each other and we're going to go forth and find somebody else. That is the situation in which I believe this could work. You could go for your friend X, whatever. And let me explain why it is different from if any other situation. Because if me and my ex ended and it's because he was a terrible human to me, that wasn't a good end. We disrespected each other. Why would you, my friend, want to be with someone who has shown they're either not a good person, doesn't respect certain things? You know, like, why would you want that for yourself? Honestly, everything is just a conversation, you know. Go and talk to your friend and be like, hey, I like this individual that you used to be in thing with, and figure it out. Ain't nobody own anybody. So again, what two consenting adults decide to do, not really any of your business. Unless it is in some way harming you, it's not really any of your business. And if we want to develop healthy attachment styles, if you are, I don't know, this is a whole, I could go into this forever because there's so many scenarios. Like, you know, people always argue like, okay, but then when we were together, was my friend looking at him and being like, ooh, I want him. I feel like I carry on talk about this. Like I said, just have some conversation, some healthy communication, and this issue would be sorted real quick. You know? Yeah. If y'all want to hear me talk more about that, message me. Anywho, next one. What would you do if you were in a serious relationship with someone and after like 6 months they mentioned to you that in the past they've been in a relationship with another guy? So this is a girl asking. Yeah. So essentially, they're bisexual. Would you be okay with that, and should they have told you earlier? Okay. There's so many parts of this I need to address. So y'all been together for 6 months, right? At 6 months in, y'all didn't have like the past relationship talk. And if y'all did your partner just choose not to tell you? Because then that would be an issue. And that would be what would make me upset. Because I feel like when I'm getting to know a person, I'm very big on I make it known how I feel about certain things. Very big things for me. You're not transphobic, you're not homophobic, you're not sexist, you're not a misogynist. All the big ones, I make it known I don't want that, and I am not that. So if he felt like he couldn't tell me that he was bisexual, then it begs the question of, what did I do to give you that impression that I wouldn't be okay with that? If that makes sense. I don't know if it's making sense. Let me try again. Yeah. If I've made it aware that I'm not homophobic, which I am not, why wouldn't you want to tell me that? Especially if we've had a conversation about past relationships. If we haven't had that conversation about past relationships and you didn't really tell me, it again really doesn't bother me, because I made the assumption that you were straight. I made the assumption that you were only interested in women because you were interested in me. And I just don't believe that. I believe sexuality is a spectrum. So everybody just all over the place vibing. And so if I made the assumption that you were straight and never asked, I can't really get mad if we didn't have the conversation and you didn't tell me. You know? Yeah, so to answer the question, if we didn't have the past relationship question, no, I would not be mad if you didn't tell me, because we didn't talk about it. And Would I be okay with it? Yes. Because that really doesn't have anything to do with me. Because you're in a relationship with me right now. It doesn't... People are always like, oh, yeah, but now you have to worry about... He's interested in men and women. You're competing with a whole next group. Somebody who's going to cheat is going to cheat regardless. So I don't really feel like I'm in competition with anyone. Because, again, if someone is going to cheat, they will do it. Whether they're straight, bi, whatever, you know? So it doesn't really affect me. So yeah, I'd be okay with it. Now, if we did have the conversation and you just didn't tell me, I would be upset. Because again, why would you withhold that information? What are you afraid of telling me? Like, there has to be something more to it than that you're just bisexual. Yeah. Would you be okay with someone proposing at your wedding? No. Because my wedding is my day, right? The attention is on me and my significant other. Why would you choose a day when it's not about y'all to do that? Like, that is so odd to me. Wouldn't you want, like, the day you're proposing to be something special to you and your significant other? Now it's become this shared thing where you proposed at my wedding. And it's just odd behavior. Why wouldn't you want something that is just special to you? Like, I don't know. Yeah, that is just very odd to me. So no, I would not let you propose at my wedding. I'm so sorry if you get offended by that, but no. Pick another day. Moving on. What would you do if you got kidnapped? Okay, so I realized that I really don't think about being kidnapped as much as I should. Not that I should be thinking about that, but like, I'm a woman. It's kind of like, you know, unfortunately it's something I have to deal with, like be very aware of. But I just don't be thinking about it sometimes. But if I was to think about it now, if I got kidnapped, like, the first thought that probably goes through my mind is, damn, what were you doing? How'd you get here? And then so many things would go through my mind, honestly. I just think I was gonna die. As morbid as that sounds, I'd think that would be the end for me. I mean, I'd definitely fight to get out, but like, what do you even do? Because you fight too much, they might kill you. And then you don't really fight enough. Then you're like sold into trafficking, and then there is just no winning. I mean, duh, kidnapping, but I'd probably be sad. I'd probably be sad for my parents though, because, and my friends, like my family, because let's say I got kidnapped, I would probably make peace with the fact that, alright, this is the end for me. But like, for my family and friends, they'd be searching and just so much emotional turmoil, and that would really break my heart for them. But yeah, just know though, if I disappear and they're like, oh, she might have gone off on a vacation, or she might have just, you know, she's off the grid for a few, no, don't believe it. Come look for me. Come look for me. I ain't do that. I go tell you all, I ain't do that. For sure. Next one. Dropping out of school, but everyone is feeling you. The glasses. Dropping out of school and everyone is telling you don't, and expects you to finish, but you're losing your mind. Hey, if you don't drop out of school, here's what. People always have an opinion, right? But they're not you. They don't have to go through the things you're going through. So if you feel like staying in school is going to make you run into oncoming traffic, leave. I mean, for me though, I wouldn't leave simply because academics has been my entire life. Like, I have tied my self-worth to it. So even though I'm losing my mind, I would rather lose my mind than have to figure out who I am without it. And that's quite sad if you think about it. Ever since I was young, I have plotted out that school was the only way to any success in my life. And even now, I'm only now like again tapping into my creative side and realizing that, you know, if I did drop out of school, I'll do this, or I'll do something else, you know. And even that is still a big adjustment for me. But people are gonna be there to support and say, oh, don't worry, just stick at it and we'll help you. But there's only so much, and people get bored with helping. People get tired of supporting, you know. So you're gonna be the one who's lost your mind. You'll have a degree, but what then? I think it really just comes down to the fact that you have to weigh up what you would rather have and like be brutally honest with yourself, you know. And that's the only way you'll be able to decide. And again, if you are there where you could ignore everybody else in your life, go too strong. Me, again, I can't do that. I'm not there yet. I still care too much about what y'all think, unfortunately. Okay, next one. How do you deal with your parents not treating you like an adult? I don't. No kidding. This is actually something I really struggle with, because I think it's hard for your parents to understand that you are a whole human being with your own ideas, opinions, feelings, thoughts, anything that no longer relies on them. I feel like parents struggle with the idea that their children are going to go out into the world and do things that will end badly, and they will get hurt, and they'll make bad choices, and you can't protect them from everything, because that is the quintessential role of a parent, to protect their child, you know. And yeah, I think they just really struggle with that. Yeah, so like for me, when I go home and obviously I'm living with my parents and I want to do something that I always do, because when I'm here I am an adult, self-governing adult who just does whatever she wants, and my parents are like, oh, you didn't tell me, or you didn't, like, I'm just like, because I no longer have to, like, I don't know, I feel like this is a very Caribbean, maybe African as well, I don't know, I can't speak for you, parent thing. And I feel like it also has to do with the fact that we stay in their houses a lot longer, you know? So like, a lot of my American friends, by the time they hit 18, they're out their parents' houses. And it's easier for a parent to just kind of let you do whatever when you're not under their roof, in a sense, because they don't really have any control then. Like, they can say things, but you don't really have to listen to them, you know? Whereas if you live with them, it's like a you're under my roof, my rules situation. Yeah, no, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I honestly still struggle with this. Like, even when I got my... This is a fun story. Not really. I went to pass my nose when I was in Cece, and I called my mom and I told her. And she was so upset. She was so upset. She was like, no, you know, because respectability politics, you know, girls can't be taken seriously if they got a piercing in their nose, whatever. And she was so upset, and she was like, I allowed you to get tattoos. I got all my tattoos when I was over the age of 18. She was like, I allowed you to get tattoos, and I was like, nope. I was like, hold on. You didn't allow me to do anything. I told you, out of respect for you, but this is my body, and therefore I will do with it what I choose. And whoa. If y'all know a Caribbean parent, y'all know that did not go down well. Yeah, no, that was not a fun conversation. But I feel like that's what you have to do in order for them to get into their minds that I don't have a say over everything in their lives anymore. You know? So I'd be doing that. Causing a lot of problems for myself, but I'd be doing that. So that's my only advice. Just do that. I'm giving terrible advice. Don't listen to me, guys. My life is in turmoil because I do these things. Last one. What would you do if you found out your boyfriend got your best friend pregnant? They would never hear from me again. The end. I have, like I said before, I have very strict things that I want in my relationship. So again, no homophobia, no transphobia, all of those things, big ones. But another thing that's really a big thing for me is, I guess you can say, loyalty and honesty in this sense. So one of my things is that if we're in a relationship and you decide that it's not fulfilling you in whatever way you want and you would like to explore other options, one of my requests, which will be made known many times, is that you tell me first. That is why I simply will not tolerate cheating. Because I will say to you time and time again, if this situation, our relationship, is not fulfilling you in the way you want, or you decide that you just want to explore, which is absolutely fine, you inform me first so that we can either decide how we're moving forward with that as a couple or not. But you see, if you go out there, you cheat on me, and then I looking like boo-boo the fool, yeah. Because like I said, I don't like embarrassment, and that's what you're doing, embarrassing me, simply put. So if this situation was to happen, where not only did you cheat on me and embarrass me, you got someone pregnant, so no double embarrassment, you would never hear from me again. Simple. Now y'all know. I hope y'all enjoyed hearing what I would do in these situations. Let me know in the comments if y'all would want to hear me do this again. Tell me what y'all would do in some of those situations. And yeah, thanks for joining me for another video. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all next week.